Hello and welcome to pmclounge.com. Today we are talking about leadership styles in project management specifically. So this is a topic that is part of your PMP courseware. So this is definitely something that you should know. So we will be talking about 6 different types of leadership styles, as you can see on the screen: transactional, interactional, laissez-faire, transformational, charismatic, and servant leader. As always, if you're into reading articles, first link in the description is going to take you to an article on this topic over at our official website pmclounge.com. So check that out. Also, second link in the description will take you to an entire playlist that contains all the videos around the basics of project management. So two important links, check them out. That being clear, that being said, let's get started. Okay, before we proceed, I'd like to remind you to smash that like button because it seems like YouTube sends you notifications of our videos only if you like some of them. So smash that like button. It will help you stay notified whenever we upload new content. All right, so for those of you that have read anything about leadership, you already know that leadership is a very broad topic in itself. Project management is also a very broad topic. But as far as your PMP exam is concerned, this video will give you enough knowledge to answer questions related to leadership in your PMP exam. So hang around till the end and you will have everything that you need to know about leadership as far as your PMP exam is concerned. But when it comes to real life project management, I would definitely urge you to know more and read more about leadership because leadership is a crucial topic when it comes to real life project management. So let's talk about leadership style. Now, all of us, all of us will have a personal leadership style, a style in which we lead other people. And this is something which is innate. All of us will have a style of leadership in us. But as a project manager, you need to adapt to the project environment. What is the project environment like, and how can you lead your project team in that environment? This is something that you as a project manager need to adapt to. Now, what is this project environment? Project environment can comprise of several things. It can include organizational culture. What is the culture of your organization? It can include uncertainties in your project and how your team deals with such uncertainties. If it is a high uncertainty environment, what should be your leadership style, right? So it is going to impact that. The environment of your project also includes interpersonal relationships that your team has within your team, right? What is the interpersonal relationship? What is the chemistry? What is the kind of interpersonal relationship that your project team members exercise? So all these and some more things make up the project environment, and you as a project manager, you as the leader of the project, need to adapt to this project environment, and this is going to define what kind of leadership style you need to employ. So let's look at some of the leadership styles that you need to know as far as your PMP exam is concerned. Number one is transactional, and transactional leadership style is all about having explicit goals for the project team, and everyone needs to work towards accomplishing those explicit goals that you have. So this is pretty transactional, right? It sounds like it. All you have done is you have defined goals explicitly for the project team, and you are making sure that the project team accomplishes those goals. Now, as a transactional leader, you also need to provide course correction. You also need to guide and mentor your project team just in case they are deviating from the goals that you have defined. So that is transactional leadership style. Moving on, the next type of leadership style is interactional. And as the name suggests, this is a dynamic leadership style. It changes based on the situation at hand. Whatever the situation is, you are going to change the way you lead your project team. So in a given situation, if you have a situation, whatever approach that works best will be adopted by the leader. What this means is, if you require to if it is required for you to reprimand some of your project team members, you are going to do so. If it requires for you to guide and mentor some of your project team members, you're going to do so. If it requires for you to just serve your project team members and let them, basically remove any kind of impediments from their path, you're going to do so. If it requires for you to step back and let your project team members run the show, you're going to do so. So that is an interactional leadership style where you are dynamic enough to adapt yourself to the way you want to manage or lead your project team. A quick reminder about our community, pmclounge.com/community. This is where you will find experience of those that have already cleared the PMP exam, some of the testimonials that we have received so far, and links to our Facebook and LinkedIn groups that contain people who are passionate about project management, who are PMP aspirants, who have already cleared the PMP exam. So check it out, pmclounge.com/community. All right, moving on. The next type of leadership style is known as laissez-faire. And what this basically means is the leader is hands off. The leader lets the project team members do their own goal setting, and the project team members also take care of the day-to-day leadership requirements. So they don't look at the leader to provide day-to-day leadership. The project team is basically good enough to lead themselves. But a lot of times people consider laissez-faire leadership style as something where the leader does not have to do anything. That is far from the truth. Actually, the leader who is applying the laissez-faire leadership style also need to step in and do any kind of decision making, provide leadership as a last resort. So the project team in itself is good enough to lead, but just in case, as a last resort, when things go south and the project team cannot lead themselves, that's where the laissez-faire leader comes into the picture and makes sure that things are on the right path. So laissez-faire is also a kind of leadership style. If you have been working in a project for a long time and you have senior members in your project team that do not really require day-to-day leadership, that do not really require day-to-day mentoring, you know, laissez-faire is the type of leadership style that you are going to adopt to. Okay, next one is transformational leadership style, and this is all about inspiring your team members so that they can come up with ideal goals, and then you encourage them to change the project environment for the better. So transformational, as the name suggests, it brings about a change. It brings about a change for the better. Now assume you are someone, like I said in the beginning, everyone has a certain leadership style of their own. Now if you are someone who does not like changes, you might not really be a transformational leader. But if the project environment demands you to be a transformational leader, then you as a project manager need to be good enough to transform yourself and become a transformational leader. And that is the reason why it is very important for you to know all these different leadership styles. Transformational leaders, they motivate the project team members to be creative and bring about a positive change. Transformation is all about change. Transformation is all about change for the good, change for the better. All right, so the next type of leadership style is known as charismatic leadership style. And charismatic leaders are typically those that have magnetic personalities and strong convictions. So if you are someone with a magnetic personality, if you are someone with strong convictions, you will innately be a charismatic leader. If it works for your project team, nothing better than that. But if your project team requires for you to be a laissez-faire leader, that's where you need to transform yourself into. But let's talk about charismatic leadership style here. Now, this should not be confused with one of the type of powers that we discussed in one of our previous videos, and I'll share a link in the description below, the third link, which will take you to the different types of power, the power dynamics in your project team. So there we talked about something known as charismatic power, but that was power. This is leadership. And as a charismatic leader, you are required to create a team culture that encourages innovation, and it also aligns the project team with the goals that are based on your strongly held convictions. Remember, you are a leader with strong convictions. And since you have strong convictions, you need to make sure that the goals of your project team are based on these strongly held convictions. Finally, the last type of leadership style is known as a servant leader. And whenever you read about Agile, whenever you think about Agile, this is one of the leadership concepts that is going to show up prominently. Servant leadership. The reason for that is in Agile, as a project manager or as a scrum master or as a leader in Agile environment, your focus will be on removing roadblocks or impediments that the project team face, and you are also going to make sure you're going to serve and help the project team members to achieve their goals. So this type of leadership style basically focuses on serving the project team, and you as a servant leader are also going to create a collaborative team culture, and that is going to be your focus, a team that collaborates together. As a servant leader, that is your number one priority. So those were some of the leadership styles that you need to know as far as PMP exam is concerned. But question for this video, which type of leadership style resonates the most with you? And I'll add a question to it. I'll add a sub question to it. Whatever leadership style that resonates with you, does it fit your project environment, or do you need to adapt yourself and follow a different type of leadership style? Let me know in the comments. I'm definitely looking forward to your answers. And that's all that we had in this video. I hope you got value out of it. If you did, smash that like button and let me know. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to stay notified whenever we upload new content. Don't forget to check out the website pmclounge.com, your number one free PMP resource. Thank you.